But we're going to digress from Obamacare for a moment because we're fortunate to have a very good friend of ours on the broadcast right now, although I'm sure we will get into question, at least one, on the current health care situation. And that is Governor Sarah Palin. She's got a brand new book out called Good Tidings, Great Joy, Protecting the Heart of Christmas. Governor Palin, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you, and it's an honor to get to speak to both the Sekulows today. Thank you.
Well, we're thrilled to have you, and I know you're on your book tour. I guess you're in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, Columbus, Ohio. We posted it to our Facebook. Governor, tell us a little bit about why this book at this time, because the holidays are hard to believe, fast approaching. The sense of what you're trying to get across in this book.
Well, yeah, I talk about a war on Christmas, and I know that some people think that sounds like an oxymoron. How can there be a war about the holiday that celebrates the Prince of Peace? But Christmas is under attack, and it's a symptom of a bigger issue. And if it weren't for the ACLJ bringing to light what is going on with, say, the ACLU or some angry atheist armed with an attorney threatening our school districts not to sing anything about Bethlehem or Jesus being the reason for the season, or these far left atheists usually who want to ban from public display a simple and innocent nativity scene. If it weren't for you guys bringing to light what the problem is, our freedoms would be eroding at an even faster pace, Jay, and we have to make sure that we are protecting not just the heart of Christmas, but the heart of America, and that's all about freedom to express our faith.
I've had, as you know, cases over many. I've been doing this for a long time, but I'll never forget the case that we had for a young second-grade student, and they actually, in the lyrics, whenever it said Jesus, the school administrators came and crossed it out. And I'm not trying to disparage the school administrators. You know what happened, Governor. They were getting threatened by the ACLU that if you allow this song to go on, constitutional crisis and we're taking you to court. And that's been this kind of fear-mongering that's gone on by the left here for decades. So the question is now rolling it back. And in your book, you really get into why, not that it's important to just keep these traditions, but why it's important for America to keep these traditions.
Well, it certainly is. I mean, history has shown us that with an erosion of the freedom to express faith and exercise faith, a nation, a society will find itself in ruin. That history lessons have taught us that. So, as you're suggesting there are steps that can be taken so that we who so respect our constitutional right to express our faith so that we don't have to be intimidated. And atheist complaints, they get a lot of media attention and they're held up as heroes in the mainstream media, but that attention is not the same thing as the public support for what they're doing.
It's interesting because I grew up, I'm Jewish but believe in Jesus as my Messiah, but I grew up in a Jewish neighborhood in Long Island, New York, and I am telling you that 90% of my neighborhood was Jewish, 10% Catholic. But every Christmas, and I was in the band, we did Little Drummer Boy and a couple of other songs. And you know what? No one was filing lawsuits. No one was having a fit. We all got it. Even if they didn't share the same faith, we understand it's called respect. And it seems like, Governor, we've lost this. The left talks about being so tolerant, but if you mention the word Jesus in public, it is like you've committed a violation of the First Amendment.
Absolutely. What is so offensive about, say, a little plastic baby doll in a dusty, hay-filled manger? Why does that give such offense to some of these who would want to thwart and stymie our constitutionally protected rights? They are thin-skinned, they are intolerant, and I'm always so tempted to tell them, buck up or stay in the truck, especially at Christmas time. Don't apply this double standard telling us that we cannot exercise our desired faith. You're exercising your desired faith too often. It seems like your faith is belief in a church of big government, and we're not telling you to knock it off.
Well, it's interesting. And by the way, Governor Palin's new book is called Good Tidings and Great Joy, Protecting the Heart of Christmas. We are at that season already. Hard to believe it's already upon us, but it is. It's a great book. You need to get it. It's by HarperCollins, available in bookstores and Amazon, of course, and all over the country. Governor, I know Jordan has a question for you. Go ahead, Jordan.
I do, and Governor Palin, this would be a time, when people are getting towards the Christmas holiday, the Thanksgiving holiday coming up, and they're finding out, as we have been reporting and the news has been reporting today, that the Obama administration is going to come out this week with a number around 50,000 people that have actually gotten to enroll in insurance. Most of those are people who had insurance, lost it, that 5 million people have lost their insurance because of Obamacare, and that the new definition of who's enrolled is how many people having it in your shopping cart. And it's kind of like if I went to Amazon.com right now, Governor Palin, put your book in my shopping cart but didn't purchase it, that would be considered an enrollee under Obamacare right now. But it's certainly Amazon wouldn't count that as a sale, nor would they be sending me your book. So we now know that that's what the number will be come Friday when they report this very low number.
Thank you for bringing that to light. I heard that this morning, too, and I thought, okay, that's absolute nonsense. In fact, it sounds Orwellian that the government would think, and the mainstream media would go along with this narrative, would think that we're going to be fooled by a number coming out that has nothing to do with those who have actually purchased this socialized medicine plan of Obama's. They're really taking advantage of people. I'm taking offense at what Obama is doing to the people of America by disrespecting our wisdom. We're smarter than they're giving us credit for, and they're going to have their comeuppance on this one. It's going to be Obamacare as the kind of the tip of the spear when it comes to people opening their eyes and recognizing what it is that this White House is all about. This White House, this agenda, is all about government control and not respecting the will of the people, our ability, our desired responsibility to take care of ourselves.
This is, of course, part and parcel with the new regime, or I should say not so new regime anymore. Interesting, though, and I want to get back to the book here, because the book is also part and parcel of the greater cultural dilemma that the country finds itself in, and that is there's an attempt, Governor, to redefine America. We have a distinct Judeo-Christian heritage, and the attempts to roll that back, whether it is with the Christmas issues, whether it's just acknowledging our faith in our Americans' public life, it's as if there is an attempt right now, but the angry atheists, to rewrite our history. And you really address that in this book, but also put it into the context of that we've got to stand up and fight back.
Absolutely, and you've been addressing it at the ACLJ for years, Sekulow. And here's the deal. What we appreciate about you, you're amplifying our voices. You're taking that good cause around the country, and you're resisting that fundamental transformation that millions of us liberty-loving, independent Americans did not sign up for.
You know, in a sense, it is true that the country shift. I mean, it's been so dramatic. If you look over since you ran as the vice presidential nominee, just in this period of 5 years, it's pretty dramatic what the country has seen. And we talk about, we thought the Christmas cases, frankly, we've had them resolved. But every year, you can almost set your clock to it, they keep coming up. And you talk about some of those in the book. But the reality is the American people have to have the gumption to fight for things that matter. And acknowledging our heritage in this country, Governor, really does matter.
Yeah, absolutely it does, because there is an inherent link between faith and freedom, and when we see that link broken and the disrespect of that constitutional right to exercise our faith, to express our religious views, then we will see an even greater erosion of our foundation. So people need to speak up. They need to stand up. Sometimes schools and cities, they may cave, and they don't feel like perhaps the community is supporting them if they take a stand for what they believe in and say, allow the nativity scene, along with Santa Claus, along with the menorah, along with a Kwanzaa symbol to be out on public display. They may cave, so it's important that we show up and we let our officials know that we don't support religious censorship. That's right. Un-American.
The book is by Governor Sarah Palin. It's called Good Tidings and Great Joy, Protecting the Heart of Christmas. It's available in bookstores everywhere, and you need to get it. And Governor, I want to say also a thank you from us at the from all of us at the ACLJ for your tweeting out and getting information out about Pastor Saeed's case. It's in a really dangerous situation right now, but you've been speaking out on this, and I want you to know from all of us, we appreciate it very, very much, and thank you for being with us.
Hey, thank you so much, and your colleague, David French, and everybody else who's contributing to the good cause cause that you're leading, Jay, and that is protection of our Constitution and, getting the good word out there about American exceptionalism. Just keep up the good work, please. I encourage you.
We're going to do it. Thank you, Governor Palin. The book is called Good Tidings and Great Joy, Protecting the Heart of Christmas. You need to get it. It's available at bookstores everywhere, and Governor Palin is on a book tour. We posted where she's going to be on our Facebook page. Thank you, Governor. We appreciate you being with us. And folks,